Welcome everyone to another one of my favorite mats. We are here on Accolon Flats for game number 3 between this red Protoss player in the top left-hand corner, EQBisu, who has had two very effective early game builds, a 4-gate and a proxy oracle build that has caused his opponent, the now yellow, once again Protoss player, Quixoticism. Now both games were very quick so far. I think the longest game we've had so far is like 7 or 8 minutes. Not much to go on. It's really difficult to tell which player is a better player when the games are so short. All that tells is that maybe a few specific missteps were made. So I really want to see maybe a longer macro game, something with a lot of excitement in the later game, but the early game is keeping me guessing on this map as well. This map, it's a really common map. Just remember that you can take this expansion very easily, so you can wall yourself off. And also this backdoor expansion is easy to access once you take this down, and easy to protect once you knock down Pride Rock. So the randoming player, Quixoticism, is once again Protoss. The first game is Protoss. He lost to a 4-gate. So let's see if he decides to do the same thing. He did kind of a 2-gate robo build, but he went for an observer and warp prism first, and he was attacked while his own stalkers were out on the map. I wonder if he's going to do the same type of play, or if we're going to see things switched up a bit here. As it is, both players are almost identical on their timings. Quixoticism is actually a little bit ahead in terms of basically everything. Gateway started a little bit faster, the assimilators finished a little bit faster, and he's got one additional worker. Has been on top of his macro. Check that out. Love it. Love good macro. To be completely honest, micro is the exciting stuff to watch, but macro is the stuff that generally wins games. When you look at players like Flash and Life and Jaedong and any of the players like that, their micro is always impeccable. But it's their macro that generally pulls them back into games and lets them win. So we're going to see if we can get to the macro portion of the game, or if we're going to be here, as we do see second gas guys are going down for Quixoticism, and that is a little bit behind that timing of his opponent. So we now have Cyber Cores. Do we see Warpgate started? Chrono Boost has been saved up. It looks like EQBisu might be going for the exact same play. He has a probe in position for another proxy pylon. We do see Warpgate being researched by Quixoticism as well, getting that extra gas income. And the question is, what are these next couple buildings? If you're going for a 4-gate, you'll be stockpiling a little bit of money. You'll be producing some out of this gateway right here, but mostly you'll be spending Chrono Boost there, continuing to produce probes until you have, I think it's actually exactly 26, is how it's supposed to work. He's still down. He needs to keep producing for a little while. Looks like a Mothership Core going to be coming out instead, and there's 2 more gateways. Is he going to wait for the 3rd? This could be exciting. There is, I do believe, another gateway on its way. There is no robotics facility as of yet, although he should now have the money to do so. Where's that money going? And this is a very narrow choke, and with the Mothership Core on the offense, it does allow you to get more aggressive. Excellent job here. Quixoticism scouting around, feeling with his spider sense that there might be a problem coming. And indeed there is. He's going to get that probe. Yeah, you should be able to. Come on. No, he's not going to get it. The proxy should be shut down. There are the 4 gates, but without a proxy pylon, there's not much that can happen here. The gateways should be converting into warp gates here in just a moment. He could actually warp in. 4 warp ins. Now, no longer. Not anymore. Bye-bye. So we do have another proxy pylon here. Not as much. It's not in as good of a location. We do have the Mothership Core out this time from Quixoticism, and we do have 2 more gateways, so he's counter 4-gating. This was very popular back in the day. This is how things worked. And getting these units out of position, this is actually going to be really good for Quixoticism, and now that the other units are back together, he's forced to retreat. But if you catch any of those units by themselves, you just get to pick them off one by one. He needs a sentry out ASAP, like as soon as possible. That's actually what that is an abbreviation for. And it looks like we have a proxy pylon over here, so this could turn into a crazy base race. He needs to throw down that photon overcharge and not lose this Mothership Core. Photon overcharge! throw down a bunch of... Okay, he did get it thrown down. That is going to push EQBisu back, and he should be good for the time being. No production in the queue for either of these players. Both of them microwaving like mad. Oh man, 100 and something APM. Loving that. He's going to be taking out the probe. That's a big win, actually. He's got a better concave right now, but he's got no reinforcements. He needs to pull back. Excellent. Keeping those stalkers alive. There's a lot of hurt stalkers here for EQBisu, and it looks like this is going to go very one-sided in favor of Quixoticism, and it's now 26 food to 43, and it looks like Quixoticism may be pulling his way back into this series, as he's got EQBisu on the run at this point in time. There is another proxy pile in here to worry about, but Quixoticism has his own. And for the longest time, the only way to beat a 4-gate was to 4-gate. Other players have figured out since then how to do things, but this is how PvP was for a long time. He's going to get sniped in half right here. He needs to pull these stalkers over to the side. Yeah, there you go. Give himself a nice big concave. Perfect. Now his stalkers are trying to get additional sight over there. They're going to be chased around, but these other stalkers will make their way in. He should be focus firing down the pylons. These stalkers here are going to go down immediately. There's not very much he can do about that. Going to start losing some production, though. Now it's 3 gates to 4. He needs to get a good, favorable engagement. This is actually really tricky. It could go either way at this point. Quixoticism does have the advantage in production as of yet. In terms of economy, he is basically dead even. He is throwing down a robotics facility, as that could definitely keep him in the game, but it's only if he gets to that point. And there he goes. Excellent game. That was very exciting. I really enjoyed that. Thank you both for that excellent game. And now we're going to see if we can pull this series all the way back to that best of 5 that I've been hoping for. Is anyone else excited? I'm excited. So we're going to go into game number 4 in just a minute.